is Sagarika Mohanty. Welcome to Business Studies classes. Today we will discuss our REST Owners Fund, that is retained earning. So retained earning refers to that part of the profit which is kept as a reserve for use in the future. So basically it is the part of the profit. This is the total profit, and in this profit the company retained some surplus fund. Such surplus funds are known as retained earning, and basically this surplus fund is not distributed to the shareholders of the company. Those funds are distributed to the shareholders of the company are known as dividend. And this retained earning also known as internal financing, self-financing, or plowing back of profit. Let's discuss some merits and demerits of retained earning. First is merits. First merit is retained earning is a dependable source because it is a permanent source and it is internally financed. Next is economically. Retained earning is economical because it is internally generated and it is depend upon the revenue of the company and the earning capacity of the company. Next is more freedom. As it is internally generated, then it can be a greater degree of operational freedom and flexibility. Next is enhanced market value of shares. Retained earning helpful for the increase of the market value of the shares and also enhance the market value from the way of increase the earning capacity and financial strength of the company. Last is stability of dividend. The company having retained earning that can pay a stable dividend to its shareholders even if the company is suffering insufficient of profit. Next we discuss some demerits related to the retained earning. First is dissatisfaction of the shareholders. The shareholders sometimes may dissatisfied due to the retained earning. The rate of dividend may be reduced. If the rate of dividend reduced, then it is causes of the dissatisfaction among the shareholders. Next is uncertain. Retained earning is uncertain because profit are fluctuate during the lifetime of the company, and it also ignore the opportunity cost. And the last is danger of the overcapitalization. If the company retain more profit, it without any requirement, it leads to overcapitalization. Overcapitalization example is the company provides bonus shares to its issue of bonus shares to the shareholders are related to the overcapitalization example. So these are the basically topic related to the retained earning. Next owners fund is GDR. GDR stands for Global Depository Receipt. This is very easy concept and small concept. As we know that if the company wants to raise their fund, then they can sell their shares and securities to the Indian investors. But in case the company wants to sell their securities and stock to the international investors, then GDR concept will come. So GDR is basically when the Indian company wants to sell securities to the international investors or foreign investors. So this concept is basically comes from the international financing. So through the international financing, the Indian company or any company can raise their fund. So the GDR concept is like that, and we can explain through this flowchart. So first is Indian company. So Indian company sells their shares or issue their shares in the local currency, and as we know that our local currency is in rupee. So here one of the important role played by the depository bank. So depository bank is basically converted. Basically it plays the conversion role that it denominated the local currency in the depository receipt. So here the depository bank issue depository receipt, and such depository receipt is also known as DR. Such depository receipts basically denominated in the US dollar. So basically such US dollar is known as GDR. So through the GDR the company finance the raise their finance from the international investor. Let's discuss some important points related to GDR. GDR is a negotiable instrument and can be traded freely like any other securities. Second point is a holder of GDR can at any time converted into the number of shares it represents. Third point is the holder of the GDR do not carry any voting rights. Fourth point, as GDR are denominated in the US dollar, they are also known as dollar denominated instrument. Next is any Indian company with a good profit record can raise their finance from international market through GDR. Many Indian companies such as Infosys, Reliance, Wipro, ICICI have raised money through issue of GDR. So these are the basically concept related to GDR. Our next new concept is ADRs. ADR stands for American Depository Receipt. The ADR depository receipt issued by the company in USA are known as ADR. So basically the depository receipt issued by the USA is known as ADR. It is issued by the non-US companies to American in order to obtain foreign capital. That means if you want to raise their capital in America, then you can go through ADRs. ADR is similar to the GDR except that ADR can be issued only in America and is traded at American Stock Exchange. That means the concept of GDR and ADR are similar, but there is some difference. Is basically ADR can be issued only in America and traded only in the American Stock Exchange. So the concept is like that. In Indian company, that means issue their shares in America through the local currency. That means the local currency is rupees. Then the depository bank converted the rupees into issue of depository receipt, and such depository receipt denominated in the US dollar, and such US dollar is traded in only in America. Such is known as ADR. So the concept of ADR is like this. And the last owner's fund concept is IDRs. So IDR stands for Indian Depository Receipt. It is just opposite of GDR. So IDR is a financial instrument denominated in Indian rupees in the form of depository receipt created by the Indian depository to enable a foreign companies to raise funds from the Indian securities market. That means here the Indian company approaches the foreign investors that they invest their fund into the Indian market through the Indian Stock Exchange. So the concept can be explained through this flow chart. So here that is foreign company, and foreign company just issue their shares or the securities in the local currency. Suppose America issue their shares in their local currency, that is dollar, and here the depository bank is Indian Depository Bank that convert such dollar into your depository receipt, and such depository receipt denominated in the Indian currency, that is rupees, and such Indian depository rupees is stands for Indian Depository Receipt. That means here if the foreign company raise their fund in the Indian market, then the foreign company issue IDRs. So some important concept related to IDRs are, according to the SEBI guideline, that is Security Exchange Board of India guidelines, IDRs are issued to Indian resident in the same way as the domestic shares are issued. The issuer company makes a public offer in India and resident can bid in exactly the same format and method as the bid for the Indian shares. As like Indian domestic shares, like format and methods are same as like IDRs. Issue of IDRs. The Standard Chartered PLC was the first company that issued Indian depository receipts in Indian securities market in June 2010. So these are the basically concept related to the owners fund. Hope you guys understand this concept. Thank you for watching.